already said, this is one of the model which we will use for measuring the risk and return of a particular security, or it can be a portfolio. So there are two ways we construct a portfolio. We would like to know whether that is good or bad, and that is evaluated on the basis of risk and return, right? So when we are talking about single index model is a method of evaluating the portfolio based on risk and return. So that's an introduction to that. And that's why I put, if it is the case of, there are two cases. You can also measure the risk and return of individual securities as well as a portfolio. As we know, portfolio is a construction of a group of, it can be a group of securities. In this case, we are dealing with a group of securities. First thing, the return of a security is a combination of two components. In single index model, the return of a security is always a combination of two components. One is the specific return component, which is represented by alpha. Okay, so what you have to remember here is when it is return of an individual security, it is represented by I. When it is return of a portfolio, that would be represented by P. Okay, when it is an individual security, that is represented by I, and when it is a group of securities where we constitute a portfolio, that will be called as P. Right. So in this case, it is individual security. So the return of a security as per the single index model will be having two components. Listen to me very carefully. This is very important. The first component is specific return of that particular security, which is denominated as alpha. Okay, this is denominated as alpha of individual security. And the second component is what we call as the market return, which is denominated as beta into market return. Okay, so beta, as we know, it's a measure of systematic risk. It is the variability of that return, which can be predicted, right? So this is actually the formula for computing return as per single index model of individual security. This is for individual security. So I repeat, it will be a combination of alpha, okay, which is nothing but the specific return of that individual security. And then we have another component, this is market return. Right. Now moving further, we will look how risk is calculated in case of single index model. This is actually the formula for total risk. As we say, total risk will be market related risk plus specific risk of that particular security under study. Okay, so market risk, which is a common factor, and the specific risk. So as I say here, I again is denoted as a expression of variance in, that's what we call as the risk. Variance in the return is what we call as risk. So variance expressed by I, which is individual security, variance of individual security. And this is return of variance of market index return. Here, variance of market index return. Normally, we take index because that's a parameter of the market performance. So we take any of the index depending upon the type of securities in our under study, or maybe the type of securities, if it's a case of a portfolio, the type of securities in our portfolio, right? Then this is actually what we call as the residual return variance. Residual return variance is always connected with the variance in the return of individual security. That's why I came. Whenever I comes, it is with respect to individual security. Okay. Now, variance of residual returns of individual security. Now, what is residual return? Apart from market return, whatever excess or whatever additional, which is not representative to the market, that's actually called as the residual return. Then beta of I, beta coefficient of individual security. I denoting the individual securities risk. So beta, as we know, it's a measure of systematic risk. So these are the components of measuring risk of an individual security, right? So variance, which is beta square of individual security, variance, which is multiplied by variance of market index return. Again, that's added with variance of the residual return of individual security. It's very easy to learn this formula. We have to understand that because there is practical exercises, and it is very easy to learn when we consider from the perspective of systematic risk and unsystematic risk. So here this is unsystematic risk, which we are talking about this residual return, residual variation of return. That is unsystematic risk, and this component is systematic risk. Now, let's do one example, which is connected with the computation of return of individual securities. Okay, so as I said, the formula would be alpha I plus beta I into market return. Okay, so in the question they have given 2% as alpha of individual security. Okay, then 1.5 percentage, 1.5 as beta index return, and the 300 as the residual of the individual security, and market index return is expected to be 20%. Okay, with variance of 120. The expected return can be calculated as 2 plus 1.5, which is 2. I know it is alpha. Here we have given alpha of individual security as 2%. So 2 plus 1.5, which is beta of individual, the variability of market return. Okay, that is systematic risk. So 1.5 into 20%, which is already given as the market index return. So beta of individual security into market return, that is 20, is equal to 32%. Right. So this is a component which is exclusive to this particular security, and this is common to all the securities. But where we can find the differences in this beta factor, variability factor. It may be because when we were studying about the individual securities, we found that some of them fluctuated very severely, whereas some of them had a slow movement, which is measured with this factor, systematic risk. When the market moves 1%, how far the price of this particular security is moving, right? So that's what, if the market return is 20%, 1.5. So that's why we got total as 32%. So this is an example of computation of return of individual security, right? Now, I hope it is clear. Later I'll come to you. This is actually, we are going with the explanation of risk. There is an exercise for you to do. So I'll just explain this also, and then I give you the pattern, right? So in case of risk, as we said, it would be variance of individual security is equal. Risk is always denominated from by the factor called variance. Variance in the expected return. That's what we mean by variance. So variance of individual security is equal to, we know that this is beta square of individual security, and this is variance of market index return, and this is variance of your residual return, right? So here in this question we can see that variance is 300, right? That's the additional thing. And also variance, expected return of the market is 20%, and the expected variance of the market is 120. So that's two additional things which we need for computing the risk of individual security. So we know that 300 is the market index return. The variance which is being predicted in this question of residual return, variance of residual return of individual security here in this question is, it's given as 300. Okay, and there is variance of market, which is estimated to be 120. So we are just substituting that in this formula, which would be, we know this value, we already computed 1.5. Beta of individual security was 1.5. We use the same figure here, right? So 1.5 square into variance of market return, which is given in the question as 1D. So we are multiplying 120 plus, we know that variance of individual security in this question is given as 300, right? 300 is the variance given in this question. So we will put it as 300. So variance of this individual security in total would be 570 according to single index model. It's very easy to remember. The first what was beta value of individual security, which is squared, and it is multiplied with the variance of market, predicted market variance, the variance in the return of market, that was 120, plus the individual securities residual return variance, which is 300 in this. So the total that would be 570. So I'm just going to give you a repetition of what we had been discussing. So we were trying to compute the risk and return of securities basically using single index model. As I said, in single index model, for computing the return, there are two components, as well as for computing the risk also, there are two components. The first component is the return of individual security while computing return. Second component in return computation is the return of market. So the total of this will constitute the return of individual security as per single index model. Same as the way when we are going with computation of risk. Okay, when we are going to compute risk, it also constitutes two parts. One is the risk of the market return, the variability in the market return. Second, the variability in the residual return of the individual. That's something which is exclusive to that security. Yeah, right. So that's what we call as the unsystematic risk. So it's a combination of systematic risk and unsystematic risk. This is how we go with the computation of risk and return in single index model. Right.